for the longest time, I thought there was something wrong with me. Because I looked on social media and everyone seemed to look so good and have these dream physiques of mine and just be so healthy and everything looked so cool and so shiny. And then I looked in the mirror and I saw this skinny guy with, even though he was skinny and he's had skinny arms, he's had a lot of fat on his belly. So I was skinny fat. And then I looked back on social media and I was like, why do these guys look so different than me? I thought I'm doing what it takes. I grew up playing sports. I played tennis, I did swimming, I played soccer. I grew up being active. I was like, is there something wrong with me? And even a lot of my friends, they look way better than me. When we came to the locker, we didn't look the same. I by far looked the worst. I was like, why is that? And I was so confused, and I genuinely thought there might be something wrong with me. Until I understood that there actually isn't something wrong with me. I just fell for the playbook programming. And I have just gotten brainwashed. And that is why I looked and felt the way I was feeling my entire life. Up until 2.5 years ago, when I finally made the ultimate change and I decided to get in shape. Because my physique, here's a picture, and here's another picture. This has been built in 2.5 years by doing fitness and biohacking. This for you might be unimaginable right now, because for me it was. I was always dreaming of becoming one of those fitness influencers, just looking like these guys do. Bro, I was scrolling Instagram reels and I was seeing those people posting those videos to those white girl music. That got me every single time. I was like, dude, I want to look like that. These guys, I was looking up to David Lade back in the days. And I always looked at these videos. I hearted them. I liked them. And then I saved them. I was like, yeah, one day I'm going to look like that as well. Nothing changed. When I looked in the mirror, I was still skinny fat. I didn't look nearly the way they did. But I thought, yeah, I'm doing the same thing these guys are doing. I'm just active. I eat a lot, but I never gained weight, and if I gained weight, I only gained it at my belly. Yeah, and I had no muscle. I had skinny arms. So what was I doing wrong? It wasn't just that I'm not at the gym. I literally fell for the programming of the system, because the system is literally set up for you to stay small, to stay... I don't have confidence. I do not want to have my own ideas. I do not want to strive for something better. I do not want to see what this world has for me. I do not want to see the maximum potential that my body can have for me. Because yeah, I've had great role models in my life. My parents have always been active. But even my parents, I didn't look like they did. Even I did everything they told me to. But the food I was eating, fucking junk food, GMO food, genetically modified food, and also I wasn't in the gym. So realistically, how could I expect to have muscle if I'm not doing calisthenics or gym? Genuinely, it doesn't make sense. Tennis is not going to get me in shape. Tennis is not going to get me looking like David Lade. But I thought that for some reason, because I saw my dad growing up. Well, my dad is decently built. My dad looks good. I was like, yeah, he doesn't do gym. He never goes to the gym. I've never seen him go to the gym a day in his life. He looks good. He's got muscle and everything. He goes on bike tours, does that shit. I was like, yeah, if I do that, I'm gonna look at that as well. Well, I didn't. Fucking didn't. I look like shit. Yeah, I can say that. I look like shit. Yeah, it's me. It's the previous me. I can talk about the previous me. The previous me was a fucking loser. It was. I'm sorry to say it, but my me from 2 years ago, bro, I would not want to be friends with me from 2 years ago. Genuinely. The habits that I did on a day-to-day, what even was that? I was drinking every single weekend. I was gaming up to 12 hours per day. I was skipping classes. I was not focusing on a business. I was not going to the gym. I was eating unhealthy. I was fucking telling people, oh, you're trying to start content. Oh, you're cringe. Bro. The system got me. I fell for their programming. I was like anybody else. I had no originality to me. I was not living an authentic life. I was just like anybody else. I was replaceable. If I died, no one would give a damn. Because I was no one special. I was no one who was someone different. I was no one who was memorable. I did nothing all day. Barely had any friends. Yeah, so previous me was a loser. He really was. Because he fell for all of the lies of the system. And he lived like the system tells you, oh, that's the perfect life. Almost like a fucking communist. It's not. It really isn't. Let me tell you that. And the system goes so much deeper than just, oh, trying to keep you small. No. Bro, the system goes so much deeper. You look into the science. And the science-based lifter community still teaches this same bullshit advice of, oh, train 6 times a week, do push-pull legs, do Arnold split. Completely false. I fell for that same shit when I started lifting. 6 days a week? Why? For what reason? You only need 3 days a week. Only 3. I train 3 days a week and I look like this shit. I used to do 6 days. Saw less results than I see with going 3 days. I spent so much more time in the gym. I wasted so much more time in the gym than I do now. When I did 6 days, every single session took me at least 2 hours. Because that's a 6-day split. They have so much volume in them. But now that I do a 3-day split, I can lower my volume so much because I have better programming, because I actually know what to do and don't just blindly follow some cherry-picked studies out there by people that literally want to keep you small. Yeah, that works for them. Yeah, these guys actually got in shape with their 6-day split. But mind you, they're in a completely different state of life than you are. First of all, they're on steroids. You're not. I'm not. So that doesn't work for me. Our bodies, us two, we have completely different bodies than a guy on steroids. The rules that apply to us do not apply to them. Steroids makes the impossible possible. It is the miracle drug. You recover 10 times quicker. You can train 2 times a day, easy, and you'll be recovered fully from the first session in the morning. By the evening, you do the second session. That could never work for us. They can eat bullshit. They can eat McDonald's every single day and still fucking build muscle optimally and stay lean while doing that. That doesn't work for us. But those influencers tell you, oh, just do what I do. Bro, if I do what you do without taking the steroids that you take, then I'm not gonna look like you. I'm gonna look like shit. And not just look like shit, I'm gonna feel like shit. Because my hormones are gonna be so disrupted by all these GMO foods. My brain is gonna be so bad. I'm gonna have the worst brain fog of my life. I'm gonna be constantly tired. I'm gonna have no energy. I'm not gonna feel good about myself. I'm gonna hate my life. I can tell you that. I speak this with so much emotion and conviction because I followed that advice. And now I finally tapped out of that programming. I figured out what actually works for naturals like us. And now I genuinely have results. I feel the best I've ever felt. I have the most energy I've ever had. I have the least brain fog I ever have. And I'm saying that because I want you there in this position that I am right now as well. I'm the only guy that won't lie to you about this. Everyone else tries to fucking make you fail because they themselves want to be the greatest. I don't care about any of that shit. I needed someone like me recording this video right now, just giving real, honest advice. When I started, no one's doing that, even till this day. But that's what I'm here for. To genuinely make that fucking change. To make that difference. To help out you right now. So stop doing the 6-day splits that these influencers tell you. Yes, it works for them. It won't work for you. I promise you that. Do 3 days, right? First day you go to the gym. You train upper body. The second day you go to the gym. You train your lower body. And the third day you go to the gym. And the final day you go to the gym. You train your full body. That will allow you to hit every single muscle group twice per week. And hitting a muscle twice per week will optimally grow it. That is what the science clearly shows. Alright? If you actually go deep into the studies and not just some cherry-picked studies of some bullshit influencers that they refer to. No, some real studies. That is what you find out. I did it for you so that you don't have to. I know it because fitness is literally my life. I studied this autistically because I want to get in the best shape of my life. And I knew at some point that I couldn't go on by just following that influencer advice. So I had to create my own one. And my own one is the only one that actually works. At least for me. And also for my clients. Like you can see here and here. I'm not just talking out of my ass here. The stuff I say genuinely works. Now that you got your fitness down, the next thing you're going to start doing is biohacking. Now what is biohacking? Don't click off now. Listen to this. Genuinely. You need this. Because if you don't, then you're going to have brain fog. Then you're going to have low energy. Then you're going to constantly be tired. By 2 p.m., you're going to feel like taking a nap. If you today go to bed and tomorrow morning when you wake up, you feel like, oh, give me 10 more minutes. And you know exactly, by the 10 more minutes that are up, you're still not going to get up because you're tired. Then ask yourself this question right now. Do it with me. What even was the reason for going to sleep in the first place? Because if you're going to wake up tired, then you might as well not have slept at all. Because I can tell you that much, good sleep, even though you've never had it, gets you energized. When I wake up in the morning, I don't want to fucking lay down. I'm excited for the day. I want to get up. And that's not me on some fucking hyper motivated or disciplined shit. No, that's genuinely the life you can be living if you implement biohacking practices into your life. This is not some, oh, but that's not me. That's not the type of person I am. Everyone is that. That is how our ancestors used to live. Your parents already don't live that anymore because your parents have eaten so much bullshit. They're so far down this fucking system programming. That's why when everyone in your bloodline that currently is alive wakes up, they don't feel like getting up. But that's how it's supposed to be. After you've slept, you should wake up, open your eyes and be like, yo, all right, let's get up now. Let's get some breakfast. If that's not your life, then seriously ask yourself this question. Is there something wrong with the things I do on my day-to-day? Because I can tell you, there is. It's just up to you to admit it or not. You can keep lying to yourself. It's like Neo when he's choosing either to take the blue pill, to go back to fucking La La Land, or to take the red pill from the Matrix, to take the red pill and fucking wake up and see through the lies of the system. Because they've been telling you bullshit all your life. It is strategically set up through billions of dollars invested in propaganda to keep you sick, to keep you small, to keep you not thinking for yourself, to keep you just easily programmable. They don't want you to be that specimen of a human. They don't want you to be a masculine man. They want you to be a little pussy, skinny twat. That's what they want you to be. Simple as that. Because a weak man can't rebel. They want women to be, they want femininity to be looked at as weak. They want masculinity to be looked at as toxic. Bullshit. Those are the two most beautiful and powerful forces in the world. You can't cut those out and tell people, oh, those are bad, those are really bad. Don't be feminine and also don't be masculine. Just be something in between and completely abandon your instincts. What? And we're falling for it in real time. Look around you. Look at the way you've been living till now. You genuinely need to wake up. I'm here to tell you. It is now or never. The longer you wait, the harder it will get. You need to start. It is only getting more difficult the older you get. Your time is genuinely running out. I'm not just saying that. Let me give you a bit more of my backstory real quick. I'm Valle, and I used to look like this just 2.5 years ago, and now I look like this. I got my dream physique, and now, for the first time ever, I'm genuinely confident. I genuinely have high testosterone. I want to do hard things. Doing hard things genuinely feel good now. I look shredded. When I go to the beach, and right now I live here in Bali, every single day I'm shirtless because I love the way I look. When I go to the fucking Muay Thai gym here, martial arts gym here, I go shirtless. I don't keep fucking hiding my physique and just making myself small, hunched over like I used to be. I present myself because I look great and I love life. And all of that is just because one day I said I had enough. It hurt me so much every day looking in a mirror and seeing myself as this loser that I could not take it one more second. I had to make a change. And I knew the best change that I could make right now is to get in shape. And I recommend that for absolutely every single one. I recommend that to you specifically. There is no better thing you could do at any given time to get in genuine shape. And I'm not talking about, oh, we'll look like a bodybuilder. No, look like a biohacker. Look the way I do. Look healthy. Be healthy. That's what you gotta do. Not look like fucking Mr. Olympia Chris Bumstead. We're not after that. You're missing the point. That's not what we want. We want to look like I do right now. That's the ideal physique you can have. You don't need more. This gets you all the girls. This gets you the respect from other guys. There's no reason to be bigger. Be lean. Be healthy. Be shredded year around. Feel good. There's no reason to carry extra fat and all this chunky muscle with you. There's no reason for that. If you're someone who resonates with that and wants that as well for himself, then let me tell you about the Limitless Blueprint, my one-to-one online fitness and biohacking coaching program, where I teach you exactly how you are gonna get into the best shape of your entire life in just 3 months of time working with me. You can click the first link down in the video description to book a free one-to-one call with me directly to see if you'd be a good fit for the program. And also, if you're not sure yet, you can DM me on Instagram, which is the second link down in the video description, and ask me any questions you might have. I literally answer every single DM I get. And I want to end this video with the same words as always. Don't compare, be compared to. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.